Bada bing, bada boom. So Vernachi here. If you want some rat milk, let me know. In today's video, I'm going to show y'all guys how to find your perfect sensitivity on mouse and keyboard. To be honest, guys, there's no such thing as a perfect mouse sensitivity. What you have to do is you have to train. Also, there is no such thing as wrist only if you're a wrist aimer or if you're an arm aimer. The reason is because you have to use all your muscle groups. You have to use your shoulder, your arm, your wrist, and your fingertips. So what you could do is you could just warm up in a private match against the bots. You could just play around because my sensitivity, what I really like is 3.32. You can check that. You can try it out if you want. Also, I use that's default. What I do change is the FOV, make the targets a little bit bigger. I use 105 FOV. That's what I use. Use from 105 to 110. If you want to, you could go to 120, but I wouldn't recommend it. And does this affect your aim? No, it does not affect your aim, as in the sensitivity. It doesn't affect your sensitivity. You're still going to move the mouse as much as you need to. So it really doesn't impact that at all. It just makes the enemies a little easier to see more closer to you. For Warzone, I use 110. Sometimes I do 120 for Warzone, but multiplayer is usually 105, sometimes 110, but mainly 105. That's what I use for multiplayer and ranked play. And I'm going to show y'all guys that it doesn't matter the sensitivity, but this is the one I use. Sometimes for ranked, I like going a little lower, like from a 2.25 all the way to a 3.32 max. For Warzone, I like going from that same number mentioned, or it's set as 3.32 and a 3.9 sensitivity. That's what I usually be going towards. So let's hop into a private match and I'm gonna show you guys how it's done. So everything I'm using here is the same attachments from rank, using the same perks I use in rank. Yeah. Alright, so currently I am using a 3.32 sensitivity. The mouse DPI, I forgot to mention that. I don't even know if I mentioned it. 1600 is my mouse DPI. You just mess around. HP, their HP is set to 100. I didn't change that because we're not talking about Warzone, we're talking about multiplayer and rank. If you want to practice that, just set it to 250 or 200 HP. Yeah, I don't feel more to do with this. It's another example. I could do 2.9. I'm just proving a point that sensitivity doesn't matter. Once you train all your muscles, my advice is to start from low sensitivity, or you could start from high sensitivity and work your way down, and from down to up again, and then you should pretty much be able to use any sensitivity that you want to. What you want to do is just use the sensitivity that you're not missing your shots on. You want to be able to react to the target fast enough, but also you're not missing your shots. That's what you want to be doing. So let's try that. What happens? So it feels a little slower. Kind of might be able to track a little easier with this. Yeah, tracking feels way easier now. Say if I do go more lower, then I can. But some people, they're probably not going to be able to go as slow. And also your mouse pad size does depend too. Much space you have to move around your mouse. So if you have a small mouse pad, I recommend just working on some high sensitivities. If you have a big, and also table size does matter too. Keep that in mind. Greater the table, the lower sensitivity you go. Large table, smart mouse pad, the higher sensitivity you're gonna have to play, and you're gonna have to master those sensitivities. You have a big table. Start practicing from the low sensitivities and work your way up until you feel comfortable. If you have a small table, you're gonna have to practice from a very high sensitivity and try working your way down until you're perfectly comfortable where you can track and not miss that many shots where you want to be doing. You'll be chilling. And let's try a different sensitivity and see what happens. Let's do a slower 2.25 or 2.10. See what happens. Feels way much slower, a little bit more snappier, but I am kind of missing shots, as you see there. I do have to drag a little bit more aggressive and be faster with the swipes with a lower sensitivity. It really doesn't impact me much because like I said, I've practiced all sensitivities. Low to high, high to low. Doesn't really impact me that much. Then we could go try out 0.5. As you see, I am missing some shots. I'm like shaking left and right there. This is my favorite one, dude. The one I've been using for like months now. Since the beta of Black Ops 6. So what I'm trying to say here is some days you could feel like you want to play like, the days depend too, so I'm gonna be changing your sensitivities a lot. Some of you won't be changing the sensitivities a lot. It depends on how you feel, to be honest. But if you do be changing your sensitivities a lot, you're gonna get used to different types of sensitivities, the high and low ones, trust me. And sometimes when you play on super high sensitivities, warm up on that first and then try going on a lower one, lower sensitivity. You're gonna be hitting a lot of shots. That's one of my secrets sometimes. Alright guys, here are the settings. These are my keybinds, all the keybinds I'll be using. Pause the video if you want to. I'm just gonna go scrolling down through them pretty quick. Oh, and also for the mouse event settings, on our coefficient, really doesn't matter which one you play on. You could get used to it, all of them. I just stick to default because I really don't even bother changing this. If you want to go 0, go for it. If you go for 0, it's aiming with the scope's gonna feel slower. The higher you go up, the faster the scope's gonna feel like. Just keep it default. And that's pretty much it. Anyways guys, if you haven't made it this far and you haven't done so, drop a like, subscribe, turn your post notifications so you won't miss any videos or live streams. Until then guys, enjoy the rat milk and I'm out. Peace.